Hello, I am Rajendra Bade. We are going to solve some more problems on orthographic projections in this video. Now read the problem. The pictorial view of a machine part is shown in following figure. Pictorial view, that is three-dimensional view. Draw front view from X, that is from this direction. Top view, and insert at least 6 dimensions. The question was asked in Mumbai University May 2018 exam. Okay. Now when you look at this diagram, this object, in seconds you can identify 3 portions of the object. There is a cylinder at top, there is a base plate, and there is a thin 12 mm thick plate connecting these 2 parts. There is a cylinder at top, there is a base plate, and these 2 parts are connected by a thin plate. So we are going to complete this diagram part by part. You will understand. Now, first thing what you are going to do is identify orientation of length axis, width axis, and height axis. These are the 3 axes. Of course, vertical axis is height axis, and now we'll have to decide out of these 2 axes which are at an angle 30 degrees with horizontal. Parallel to this arrow, that is width axis, and of course the third axis is length axis. Now we'll able to identify overall length, width, and height axis. Focus on all dimensions which are parallel to length axis. So in this orientation, at top we can see from extreme left end of the object to extreme right end, no, up to the center of the cylinder, the dimension is given 100 mm, and extreme right edge of the object is curved edge. So we'll have to add a radius of this curved edge, and this curved edge has diameter 36, so radius is 18. So 100 mm plus 18, extreme left to extreme right, that is overall length of the object, and it is 118 mm. So we have identified length 118 mm. Now overall width from front, you know, with reference to this position of observer, this is front side and this is back side. So from front to back, width it is given, watch here, extreme front surface to extreme backside surface, length is given 75 mm. So overall width of the object is 75 mm. Now check dimension vertically. So parallel to height axis, 63 mm is mentioned here. There are many other dimensions which are parallel to height axis, but remember we need dimension from extreme base to the top, and from base surface to the top surface of the object. Already height is given 63, so we know height of the object. So this is how we have identified overall dimensions. Now draw front view rectangle. Remember, in front view you get length horizontally and height vertically. So measure 118 mm horizontally and 63 mm vertically, and complete a rectangular box. So this box is made by thin lines. Remember, right now we are not drawing edges of the object. It's just a rectangular block which envelopes the front view. Now overall length of the object is 118. Now we'll draw a rectangular block in the top view. In the top view, we can see length 118 mm horizontally and width vertically. How much is width of the object? 75 mm. Now don't measure length 118 mm independently. Project it from front view to top view. So this is how length 118 mm in the top view, and now leave some space from this rectangle and then measure width 75 mm vertically. In the top view, width appears vertically, and then complete the rectangle. So this is a rectangular block in the top view. Now listen, in this problem, we are not asked to draw side view. So we are not going to construct side view. So front view and top view we are going to draw here. Now one very important thing. Check here, left side and right side of this object are not similar. Top bottom are not similar, but front side and back side are similar. So in a glance you will identify that the object is symmetrical object, but the axis of symmetry appears in the top view because front and back are similar. Here in the front view this is right side, here it is left side, top side and bottom side. Top bottom are not similar, so there must not be any axis of symmetry for front view horizontally. Also right side and left side are not similar, so there will be no axis of symmetry here. But in the top view, check here, right side and left side of the object are not similar, so there must not be any axis of symmetry here vertically. But this is front side, this is back side, and front and back are similar, so there must be axis of symmetry here. The object, if it is symmetrical object, then draw axis of symmetry properly. So this is how we have completed axis of symmetry. It's always better to draw axis of symmetry initially. Now let's proceed part by part. So let's complete this cylinder first. To draw the cylinder in orthographic views, remember when cylinder is in its obvious position, that is axis perpendicular to one of the reference planes, then it appears a circle in a view, remaining two views a rectangle. Here axis of this cylinder is vertical. From top it appears a circle. So to draw that circle, we'll have to locate its center. First of all, center is on axis of symmetry. This is the axis of symmetry. From right side, this is right side. Along axis of symmetry, you should measure 18 millimeters. Draw center line. So this is how we have located center of the cylinder in the top view. Now complete the circle of radius 18 millimeter. So this is cylinder in the top view. It's hollow cylinder. It's hollow cylinder. So there is circular edge opening of the hole. Check the radius. It's 11 millimeter. Take it in compass and draw the circle. Now cylinder appears a rectangle in the front view, and in the front view you get length of the cylinder. Length, that is horizontal dimension, in the top view is length. So project that length in the front view, and in the front view you get height. Height of the cylinder is 25, but that is to be measured from top. So measure height 25 millimeter and complete the rectangle. So this is how cylinder is ready in front view and top view. And the hole, project its horizontal dimension, and it is through hole from top to bottom of the cylinder. Draw dotted lines. Okay. So where is this hole in the front view? So this rectangle. Remember, the hole has edge at the top, that circular edge at the top, and this edge appears horizontal and it coincides with edge of the cylinder. So this rectangle is dotted a rectangle, and that is hole in the front view. Now when cylinder appears a rectangle in a view, then you should draw its axis. So we have drawn axis of cylinder or axis of the cylindrical hole. Now we should proceed for the second part of the object, that is base plate. So let's draw that base plate. Try to understand once again. In the top view, you get overall length of the base plate and width of the plate. Length horizontally and width vertically. What is length of this base plate? 12 plus 32 plus 12. That is 56 millimeters. Parallel to length. From left end, this is left side of the object, this is right side of the object. From left, parallel to length 56 and width is 75. So width 75 is already measured here. So 75 width vertically, 56 that is length of the plate horizontally, and will complete that rectangle. So 56 is length and width 75. So this is that rectangular box in the top view, that is base plate in the top view. And in the front view, its length 56 will appear horizontally and height 18 millimeters that will appear vertically. And this is how measure 18 millimeter height vertically and complete the front view of the plate. So this plate is in the top view and also in the front view. So front view and top view of this plate, but there are smaller details in the plate. That is, there is rectangular slot here and there are 2 holes here. Let's continue with those smaller details now. This slot, from front opening of the slot you will able to see. So draw this opening here. Measure 12 millimeters from left end, then 6 millimeters vertically, then 32 millimeters horizontally. Watch here, 32 millimeter distance given. Horizontally, this is length axis and length axis is horizontal in the front view, and then 6 millimeters edge. So this is how we have completed opening. But remember, it is not a hole, it is a slot. Hole always has a closed boundary. Slots doesn't have closed boundary. Check here, from bottom edges of this slot, corners of the slot, there is no edge. So this edge is to be trimmed out. So this is how we have completed the slot in the front view. In the top view, this slot appears a rectangle. Remember, watch here. From this corner of the slot, there is a small edge through the opening you can see running parallel to width. Watch here, this small edge here from the corner running parallel to width. And when depth of the slot is not given, we have assumed it through slot. So from all these corners of the slot, parallel to width, in the top view, parallel to width means vertical. Vertically, you will have to draw edges. From these 4 corners, there are edges, and those edges are parallel to width axis because slot runs from front to back. That is, parallel to width axis edges we are going to draw here, and width appears vertical in the top view. So from these corners, draw projectors and corresponding edges. Now these are edges of the same slot. Now if I ask you, where is the slot in the top view? So show me this rectangle. This slot is of course at the bottom, so it is hidden from top. That is why we should draw hidden lines for the slot. So this is how we have completed the slot in front view and top view. Now there are 2 holes, circular edges of the hole. Circular opening of these 2 holes appear in the top view. So let's locate center first. 28 millimeters, parallel to length. In the top view, length horizontal. So from left side, parallel to length, you measure 28 millimeters and draw the center line for the circular hole. Now location of this circular hole from back and from front. So from front 15 millimeters. So of course front and back are similar. So from back also it is 15 millimeters. So measure 15 millimeters. This dimension 15 millimeter is parallel to width, and width is vertical in the top view. So we should measure it vertically in the top view. So this is how I have completed the center line, which is a parallel to length axis also. So after locating the center, complete the opening of the hole in the top view. Similarly on the front side also. So measure 15 millimeter, draw center line. Measure 28 millimeter, draw center line. And this is how we have completed the hole in the top view. Now project that hole in the front view. That is its horizontal dimension. Top view to front view, that is horizontal dimensions of particular detail you project by drawing end projectors. So this is how you draw end projectors, and this hole is in this portion of the object. So draw dotted lines. So this is how we have completed hole in the front view. Both the holes are there in the front view and they overlap in the front view because these holes are one behind the other when observer watches from front. Okay, when circular hole appears rectangle, its axis you are going to draw. So this is how I have completed the axis. So 2 major parts are over, and connecting these 2 major parts there is a thin plate of thickness 12 millimeters. So its larger surface appears in the front view, and in the top view the plate appears only a strip of thickness 12 millimeters. Of course this strip must be drawn in the top view between the end projectors, but its largest surface, that is shape of the plate, whatever it is, this shape appears in the front view. So how to draw plates? Largest surface, that is shape in a view, remaining 2 views are thin strips. So let's continue with this plate. 36 millimeters. From center, parallel to length, length appears in the front view. So from center, that is axis of the cylinder, 36 millimeters, parallel to length I have measured. So this is how we have located this corner in the front view. Okay. Now draw that edge. So this edge is complete in the front view. Then this inclined edge of the shape. Watch here. It is from this corner to the extreme left top edge of the base plate. So top edge of the base plate is here. This edge appears a point in the front view. So this is how I have completed this edge of the object. And then this edge of the object. This edge of the plate, let's draw. It is from base of the cylinder to the base edge of the base plate. Watch that dotted edge is shown to make you understand that this edge meets at the bottom edge. So draw that edge at the bottom. So this is how we have completed the plate. Now draw end projectors of this plate. Watch this plate in the front view. Extreme right of the plate and extreme left of the plate. From these two extreme points, corners of the plate, we should draw projectors. These are called end projectors. And this is how we have completed. So from this point, projector. So this plate is from left edge of the base plate up to the cylinder. And this thickness is 12 millimeters. So from center line, measure 6 millimeters and 6 millimeters, 12 millimeters total, which is parallel to width. In the sense, in the top view, it should be measured vertically. In the top view, width should be vertical. Okay, and this is how we have completed the plate in the top view. But there are some minor mistakes or details involved here. Two visible edges don't intersect. So there is a correction needed here. And also, when two surfaces meet in one single plane, then there should not be edge in between those two surfaces. So here also, this top surface of the plate and top surface of the cylinder, these two surfaces are in one plane. So at the joint of these two surfaces, this edge must not be there. So corresponding corrections will do now. Also, this plate has a corner, sharp corner. Corner is formed by three edges. Where is this corner? In isometric view, check. Here is the corner. And corner is formed by three edges. Out of those three edges, two edges, this non-principal edge and this edge which is parallel to length axis. These two edges you can see in the front view. But the third edge, this edge, will appear in the top view, and that is why from corner draw the projector and draw that edge in the top view. So this is edge in the top view. So against a corner in opposite side view, there must be an edge. So from the corner draw projector and complete that edge. Okay. Watch here. This edge, we have erased it or trimmed it. Of course, two visible edges don't intersect. So watch here, this edge, it is up to the plate. So here it is. Similar edge is on the back side, watch here, and it is up to the plate again. But one important thing is, from the top corner of the plate, there is an edge running parallel to length axis, width axis. Similarly, from this corner also, there is an edge. So that edge will appear here as hidden edge. So this dotted line is from this corner, edge from the corner. Now here what? We should trim this portion. Because these surfaces are in one single plane. That's okay. But one very important thing. Similar circular edge is at the base of the cylinder also. Here it is. And this cylinder or circular edge is still there, but it is hidden from top. So its some portion will appear here. So don't forget to draw these hidden lines. This hidden line here, that is actually base edge of the cylinder, bottom edge of the cylinder, which is still there. Listen, at the top, surface of the plate meets surface of the cylinder at top tangentially, that is in one single plane. But lower surface of this plate and lower surface of the cylinder, they are not meeting tangentially. So this circular edge is intact. So this circular edge is intact, and its portion, hidden portion, we can see here. And then insert dimensions. You are asked to insert 6 dimensions. I have inserted here all given dimensions. Remember, nearest dimension line must be at least 36, at least 6 millimeters away from the boundary. This is parallel dimensioning, 2 parallel dimension lines at least 6 millimeters away from each other. Then here, these are take care of all details of dimensioning. As far as possible, we don't insert dimensions in between the views, but here I have inserted, because it's always better to insert dimensions closer to particular feature. That is, this length is 32 millimeters. It's better to insert dimensions nearby this feature instead of drawing long extension lines and inserting somewhere too far from the particular detail. Also remember, this slot in the top view, it's hidden. So as far as possible, we avoid inserting dimensions for hidden detail. That is why 32 millimeter dimension I have not inserted here somewhere, because this particular slot is hidden in the top view. So try to understand all these details. Diameter for outer circle, diameter for inner circle, and there are 2 holes. Check how dimensions for the holes are given here. So this is how we have completed the drawing. We have used the first angle method of projection. So of course, front view above and top view below. If you draw this symbol, then you need not mention front view and top view here. So thank you for watching the video. We'll meet soon in my next video. We'll continue with orthographic projections. Till then, bye bye. Take care.